it's something good for the kids, you know, because like you said, I've been there. I think everyone, you know, had to start somewhere. And I remember being a youngster, seeing the likes of Dr. Kumalo in a mall or anything, it gave you that extra motivation because it was in reach, you know. I feel like with them now sharing a field with us, you know, training with us, getting a pass from the players, you know, it feels more like it's attainable. It's right close to them, and I feel like this, if we can do a little bit more in terms of, you know, going into these type of areas and investing more in these in teams like these, it will help the country, you know, in terms of our football infrastructure and, you know, just giving them more motivation, because I feel like sometimes we lack on that side. We just want to go where it's nice, but I think like if we do really want to invest in our future, we need to go to places where it's a bit difficult to go for those youngsters to know that it's attainable and it's reachable, you know.
And I mean, when the boys came through earlier on today, you know, some of the boys really came running to you. How does that make you feel? Because as you said, you know, you've been there, but for you personally, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, for me personally, I really feel it makes me feel good as a player, as an individual. It gives me a sense of me knowing that I'm doing the right thing on the field, and you know, I'm a role model to these youngsters. You know, I've always said the reason why I've been working so hard, I want to inspire kids like these, you know, people from Westbury, where I'm from as well. I feel like there's a lot of talent in South Africa, but they don't really get the opportunity. And I feel like with initiatives like this and days like this, you know, who knows, 2 or 3 of these players might come back next week and sign for Kaizer Chiefs, you know. And I think opportunities like this doesn't really come often enough for players from areas like Alexander or Westbury.
And tell me, man, I mean, at this age, did you ever get, of course, may not be the same kind of opportunities, but I'm trying to see, when you were young, did you know, how did your journey start, or your love for football?
Yeah, look, I started at Westbury Arsenal. It was obviously a team that Stephen Pienaar also played for. We had a connection with Ajax Cape Town at the time, you know, because Stephen went there. And I remember one day the Ajax Cape Town team came to Bosmont, and that's where we were training and playing our games, you know. And they had something like this where they invited a few kids from the Westbury Arsenal team, and I got to meet people like Nathan Paulser when he was still very young, Munib Josephs, all these people that I looked up to as well, you know. And it made me realize that they're also human, and you know, it's attainable. Like I said, it felt more real to me, you know. And it's difficult when you see people on TV. It's like, when do I get there, you know, because it's you can't interact with the players, you can't talk to them. So I remember I also had times like this where Stephen Pienaar would come back from overseas, coming to train with the Westbury Arsenal team, and you know, it gave me that sense to say that I can also get there because he was there and he's here next to me. So yeah, that's what I picked up.
Growing up at this age, who are some of the stars that you looked up to and idolized?
Yeah, look, I've always, well, my whole household, my whole family was always Kaizer Chiefs supporters, you know. So back then when I was growing up, it was your likes of Stanton Fredericks, Coach Arthur Zwane playing for the team, you know, Jabu Pule at the time. I remember when I used to play for Westbury Arsenal, like under 8, under 9, I used to dye my hair the different colors. I had spots one time, you know. So those were people that I looked up. And obviously Stephen Pienaar, because he's from Westbury, he went to the School of Excellence, he went to Ajax Cape Town. So I always said, like, whatever he wants to do in life, I want to do it as well. And luckily for me, I went to the School of Excellence, I went to Ajax Cape Town, but then obviously I went to France and all of that. But I always had people that motivated me. And I think having my father in my life, always on my case, you know, because he was my coach for like a few 5-6 years before I joined the School of Excellence. So he never made it easy for me, even if I was good scoring 3-4 goals, but he always used to tell me, you can be better. So I think that structure that time helped me a lot.
And is your dad still coaching?
No, he's not coaching, but he's still playing over 50s now, and I'm coaching him.
But he's looking after your affairs.
Yeah, No, definitely. My father works with the agency that looks after me, so he works with him, and he works with young boys, trying to get boys from Westbury into better teams, give them better opportunities. So he's still much involved in the community and trying to help the youngsters.
And how important is it, to particularly focus on Westbury, because not a lot of boys are given an opportunity. I mean, you for one, from there, even to now, you can just count them in the hand. But why specifically in Westbury?
I think it's because it's home. You grew up in Westbury, so obviously you want people from the community to succeed as well. I think it's because like we said, Westbury is more notoriously known for gangsterism and shooting, and so he's just trying to play his part and make the little difference he can. So yeah, but he's working with a few players from the School of Excellence as well. So they're trying their best to give these youngsters opportunities, the opportunities that I got. So we're just trying to help them as well.
Talking of Steve, he's now a coach.